All right, welcome back to another recording of the Elevate Media Podcast. I'm Chris Anderson, your host. Today, I might ruffle some feathers with this. We're going to be talking about work-life balance and how that is just a myth. And we've gone so far with this work-life balance crap that it's going to hurt a lot of the generations coming up, especially because they think that they can just have whatever they want as far as their life goes without really working for it. And so, I don't know, I just getting a little irritated hearing everybody and talking to people and hearing them say like, oh yeah, I just want work-life balance. I don't want, to have to work too much. And I feel like I'm getting burned out because I'm going to have to work, X amount of hours and stuff. And it's just, it's kind of comical, but it's also frustrating from an entrepreneur and business owner perspective. And I understand. We want to have some sort of harmony in life. We want to be able to enjoy life and do fun things and go experience things. And I'm all for that. I'm all for having that harmony and being able to spend time with family. That's why I started a business, to get to that point. But when it gets to the point like this story, this individual I was talking to, they're just feeling really burned out. They were doing a whole lot and, they got a lot of life. They got a lot of stuff going on. And so they just were feeling really burned out with all the work they were doing, and they're all about work-life balance. So they wanted that to be understood in this conversation. So I said, how much are you working? Like, what do they got going on? And the individual said, and this is what I'm about to say is correct. He said, I've just been working 24 hours a month as this part-time contractor, and I'm just feeling burnt out. 24 hours a month. 24 hours a month. And they're feeling burnt out and want more work-life balance. They are in for a rude awakening. And so many people are thinking that this is what it's going to be. And it's not. With AI coming in and being able to do some jobs that if you're not going to utilize, you're going to get left behind. This idea, of just working very few hours and having the life and being burnt out from 24 hours a month. That's not a mistake. A month, they said. Not a week, a month. I understand everyone has things going on in life that they have to deal with, mental struggles, physical struggles, family struggles. I get it. I get those things are there. And I hope this person gets help for those things, because we all need to seek help if we're dealing with these struggles, especially if you're feeling burnout after 24 hours a month in your job as a part-time contractor. But if you want anything more from life, if you want to get to that next level, if you want to succeed, if you have bigger dreams and aspirations, which a lot of you listening to this do, you've got to suck it up a little bit. My goodness, we're at the point in life that it's just getting ridiculous. How many, and not everyone, but a lot of people, younger than me, Gen Z and all those guys, whatever they are, they just want this pain-free, easy ride in life. They want to find a job they love and are passionate about and that have no negativity, and they want everyone to listen to their opinions, but if you don't have the same opinion, then they're going to get mad. They're so fragile. And we've got to understand that this work-life balance thing is a myth. There is no work-life balance. Balance means something matters more than the other. And I think we're put on this planet to work in some form or fashion, and that work can be fun and you can enjoy it, but it's still work. If I could pick anything, I would love to just be, hiking trails all the time or sitting on the beach and traveling and I can't do that 24/7. I got a family to provide for. The world runs on money. Sorry. Unless you have a means to not have to worry about any of that, you're going to have to work, but you still want to have a life, but there's no balance. You have to just have that harmony. You have to understand, there are times that I'm going to have to do stuff that is just annoying or hard, and I'm going to have to put in the hours. Sometimes it's not going to be a perfect cookie, plan. It's just, we've come so far and we've been so kind of almost brainwashed with the self-help and the, build your life, which I'm all about. Build a life you love, but you have to understand what it takes to build that life. There is no work-life balance if you want something better. There's harmony, and eventually you just get in that ability to do it and mesh it and enjoy it. Being burned out after 24 hours a month in your first part-time job, I really hope this individual is getting the resources they need, because they're dealing with a lot more, I think. But still, if you're out there thinking, yeah, I'm going to have work life, I'm going to get into a career, I'm going to graduate college, I'm going to get in a career, it's going to be great, I'm going to be able to work from home wherever I want, travel all the time whenever I want, and, at, X time, I'm going to be done working each day. It doesn't always work that way. I mean, if you're working for something that's making a difference and making an impact, there'd be times that you're going to have to do a little bit past those hours. You're not going to have the luxury in the future, probably, in many jobs, to work virtually all the time everywhere. And so if that's the case, if we get back to doing that, or even a hybrid model, and you're all about your freedom and your work-life balance, what are you going to do when no one wants to hire you because you won't work and you won't put in the effort? And I get it. We're different than, my parents' generations, and they stayed at jobs for decades and decades. And I understand, moving on to different jobs to fit your position and level and aspirations and things is fine. But you have to put the work in. Like, you can have harmony, but the balance it's going to keep going back and forth. If you can have the harmony and understand, like, this is what I'm doing so I can have the life I want, and it just all works in tandem, that'd be great. But to think that you're not going to be able to put in the hours, or that you're not going to have to put in the hours, like, it just blew my mind. And I guess maybe that's just my mindset and my direction and my goals and aspirations. Like, I don't want to just, like, bring on the challenges. I quit my job cold turkey to get to something different. And it's all been challenges. And sure, has it been hard? Have I been tired? Yeah. And I think that's another thing. We think tired, or we think burnout, when we're really just super tired. Like, burnout is when you just can't do anything. You can't go on. You can't do anything. Sometimes we just get tired, and that's okay. That's part of it. But we got to be careful using that burnout. It's, a big word now. Burnout, work-life balance. It's just, I don't know. It's just, we're setting our younger generations up for a lot of hurt if they don't realize that sometimes deadlines of projects change and you have to get things done and really, put your nose down. But it's not going to be 24/7. There'll be moments for it. And, if you're not up for that, then the job you get will mirror that, and it probably won't be financially backing where you can then go and travel all you want. So it's just something that came up, and I just really been thinking about it. And, the dream of what everyone thinks entrepreneurship when they see these people on the beach with all these fancy cars and girls that they've rented, it's a joke, and it's giving people the wrong thoughts behind it and what they could do with their lives, when in reality, entrepreneurship is hard. You're going to have to grind. There is no balance. You've just got to harmonize with it all and keep moving through when it's hard. So if you're listening to this, trying to start your business, and you're thinking, yeah, I'm going to create a successful business, but I'm only going to work 4 hours a week because Tim Ferriss said I can do that, you're in for a rude awakening, because it doesn't happen like that. It is a grind. It is hard. It can be simple, and I've said this before, but it takes work and effort. So if 24 hours a month is too much for you, maybe you need to seek some help for different things or find a different path. But don't get it twisted that you're going to be able to go out there and start a business and be drinking martinis or tiki drinks on the beach and just lounging around after working for an hour. You can get to that if that's what you want, but starting out, you're going to have to go through a lot more work and grinding and sacrifice than what you see from all these, flashy, look at me on my yacht, or look at me with my Bugatti, or whatever it is, people out there pushing that, wasting money just to show that side of things when it's not even the reality. So this is the episode for this week. It's just, it's sad, and it angers me that people are giving early starting entrepreneurs the idea that they can just work. And I'm not saying Tim Ferriss did his book. It's more than that, but people see that title and think that's what I want. But like other people who are giving the false narrative, the false idea that you can just start a business and you will be quitting your job and sipping Mai Tais on a beach somewhere with your Ferrari back home in your garage. Like, those are things you can get to if you want. But starting out, there is no balance. There's trying to harmonize everything, sacrificing things that don't matter in the short term to get where you want in the long term. And those sacrifices are different for everybody. There's sleep, health, relationships, family. It's different it's whatever you choose. I'm not saying what you should sacrifice. I'm not saying there's a right or wrong way, but you've got to make a choice. You only have so many hours in a day. So how much are you going to sleep? How much are you going to work out? How much are you going to sit, watch Netflix? How much are you going to spend partying with your friends? How much time are you going to spend with your family? How much time are you going to spend on business? How much time are you going to spend connecting with new people, going to events? You've got to figure out where your time is going. And if you have a 9 to 5, there's even less to decide after. So it's going to extend your time frame. So you've really got to be adamant about where your time goes and harmonize your life together. Maybe it's where you sacrifice individual time with your family, where you're spending time with your family, but you're also doing work. So you're in the same vicinity. You can watch your kids play. You can, still have a conversation with your wife, but you're still making content. You're still writing blog posts. You're still editing, whatever it is, like I did starting early on. You've got to understand that, because this whole, I need work-life balance, and 24 hours a month is just, I'm feeling burnout. You're in for a rude awakening. Like, open your eyes and suck it up. I don't know. Get help and then suck it up. It's just, we coddle too much to all this, oh, it's okay to be fat. It's okay to be unhealthy. It's okay to, just sit around for hours and hours and hours and watch Netflix. Like, what are you doing with your life? Like, you have so much potential. And that's what gets me, is people have so much potential and purpose in their life, but they're throwing it away to just binge Netflix or play a bunch of Call of Duty or go party and drink a bunch of alcohol or not work out and take care of their bodies. There's so much they're missing out on, shortening their lifespan, not taking the step forward in their strengths to do great things. Like, it just frustrates me, because so many people are missing their potential in everything in life because they're just wanting this nice, easy work-life balance. And I don't know, this is a rant probably episode. I apologize. Not really. I don't apologize. If this triggers you, then maybe there's an issue you need to look at. But if there is something deeper, please reach out to your doctor, to counselor, psychiatrist, whatever it is, your pastor, somebody. Reach out and get help. If it's a deeper rooted issue, we want you to get better. We want you to heal and grow. But if it's just that you're tired of working hours, if that's it, if you're just lazy, get off your rear end and make a difference. Only you can choose to do that. And if you don't choose to do that, then stop complaining about everybody who is. Oh, it's just genetics. Oh, they were given money. Oh, they just got lucky. No, bull crap. They probably worked their rear end off while you're just sitting on yours. So when I heard that story, it's 24 hours a month. I'm burned out. It's too much. I want better work-life balance. Like, really? Really? So, I don't know. This episode, I guess, is just a rant. And I hope it opens your eyes, and I hope it maybe spurs you in the right direction. If it irritated you or angered you, send me a message as well. Glad to have a conversation. I'm open to other people's opinions. I'm not going to shove it away or argue with you, but I'd love to hear other people's opinions as well. But yeah, you just got to put in the work to be able to have more of what you want, whatever it is. You still have to put in the work. So that's all for this episode. Again, I love you all. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you haven't, leave a rating or review of the podcast. Send me a message at chris.t.anderson on Instagram. Let me know how much you hated this episode or how much you liked it, or what we can talk about next, what you want to know about growing an agency, an online business, or anything about podcasting. So until next time, keep moving forward, keep elevating yourself, elevate your brand, elevate your agency, and we'll talk to you next time.